Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And before I get started, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down works as well, just as long as I know what y'all feel about the video. And if you like knife content and you're not already, think about hitting that subscribe button. All right, let's get started. These are going to be some long-term updates on on 5 different knives that I've used a good bit, and I feel like I could, give you all my update by now. I don't like to do that too soon because I like to get a good bit of use on them first. So let's get started. The first one is the Bestech Texel. This is a design collaboration with Adam Purvis. D2 blade steel. I think it's aesthetically pleasing, comfortable ergos. D2 steel, like I said, perfectly designed flipper tab. I love the way it's canted back like that, and the action is nice on bearings. These come in at $52. I think this is an excellent deal. G10 scales. My only complaint with the Texel is that I don't really like the pocket clip. It functions just fine. It just kind of looks like an afterthought, and it's only right hand tip up only, so it kind of excludes the lefties. So other than that, I definitely recommend the Texel. Thoroughly enjoyed this one a lot. Probably one of my favorite Bestechs to date. All right, the next one is the Ferrum Forge Stinger. This one will probably... probably. This will definitely be on my top 10 top 10 under $100 of 2020 knives. Just an awesome design. I like it aesthetically. I think it's an attractive knife. Got a nice, cool looking blade finish on there. And the star of the show, this one is it's in Nitro V steel. Not something you see on many. Hardly, I think I've only known one other production company to use Nitro V. I could be wrong, but what I'm saying is it's not used often, and it's a good steel. Talking about the steel, I've used this a good bit. I've sharpened it, I think, 4 times now, because I was trying to see how the Nitro V held up. So it seems like, they probably didn't run the Rockwell that hard on this. I would say in the high 58, 59 at the most, because it did good. It just didn't super exceed my expectations. These are made for Ferrum Forge by we, and the quality is definitely there. The looks are there. You got a usable forward finger choil, nice and slim. Lightweight carry, very slim in all dimensions, perfectly set up flipper tab. That's one thing that Ferrum Forge always gets excellent, is their flipper tabs. Look at that action, very nice. These are $85 now. I don't know if these are going to be a permanent run or not. I did see a lot of places are sold out of these, so if you want to get one of these, I did find them on nowpack.com. I will try to leave a link down below to all these knives if possible. So I would definitely go snag it up. It's $85 at the Nowpack site, and I think $85 for what you're getting here is awesome. The ergos are really nice on this thing, on this knife. I like their little captured pivot with their logo in there. I think it looks nice. Deep carry clip. The only gripes I had with this one is pretty much the availability, because I think the price is fair for the package, and that this one as well is only a right hand tip up, so it's kind of excluding the lefties. Nothing I can do about that. I'm not a lefty, but I do carry on my left side because I usually carry 2 knives at all times, so there you go. That is the Ferrum Forge Stinger. Excellent, excellent knife. Alrighty. Next is the Kershaw Tumbler. I have to say I haven't been super thrilled about some of the latest Kershaw knives. they make good knives. They just didn't really do it for me. But when I saw this design, this is a Dmitry Sinkovich design collaboration, and I love his design language. Definitely has that look. It has that and kind of has like an Anzo look to it. I love those swooping lines. You got a nice slicey blade here, D2 steel. The tumbler comes in at $55. Got a nice stone wash finish on there. I love that upswept blade. Very comfortable as far as the holding. It's got the sub frame lock on there, deep carry clip. I'm pretty sure you can swap the clip. I'm not certain, but the site said you could. The sub frame lock just means they have a lock bar, a steel lock bar right here that's screwed into the frame, and that way it allows you to save on weight. Because this thing is only 2.6 ounces, very, very lightweight. You have the G10 carbon fiber laminate in the middle. Usually don't like that because it looks cheesy, but the way they did it here with these milling lines, it looks like, it almost looks like a solid piece of carbon fiber underneath there. So I don't mind that. You got like a full length back spacer. Got a lanyard for those lanyard people. The flipper tab set up really nicely on this one, and the action. This thing comes out with authority. They did a great job dialing in the detent. Just like I said, probably my favorite Kershaw design. It's funny, I just realized the last three that I picked out had excellent flipper tab designed flipper tabs, and they all had excellent action. My only nitpicks with this one were the edge termination is really funky. Kershaw's known for that. I mean, look at that. I think this is, I've only sharpened it, I think twice, and it's got that nasty smile, and it's starting to even get a slight little recurve right there. That's something I could definitely fix, but I was trying to wait till I was finished doing any videos with that before I did. Sometimes I can't, but I'm trying. Another thing that I did notice, whenever putting a lot of pressure into a cut, that the frame has some pretty like hard 90-degree edges on it. You can see it right there. They're pretty sharp all right here, and it can get rather uncomfortable when you're really bearing down, especially like right up on this side right here where this finger wraps around. It's kind of where this butt pushes down like that. So if you plan on doing, a lot of cutting with this, or a lot of tougher cutting, like, even thicker cardboard, I would maybe stay away from it. But if that doesn't bother you, excellent knife other than that. That is the Kershaw Tumbler, $55. Alrighty. Next up to bet is the Civivi, whoop, that was a fail, Hooligan. When I saw the Hooligan, I liked the blade shape. I love the fact that it was a thumb stud deployer, and I love the fact that it's on phosphor bronze washers, because those are things I like, and also that it had micarta. The Hooligan comes in at $48, made by Civivi, which is a sub-brand of We Knives. Excellent. They have excellent quality control. Some of the best, if I had to say them, and say like Riot and stuff like that when it comes to coming out of China. You have a very, very slicey blade. Mine comes down at 12 thousandths behind the edge. Super slicey, the sliciest of all the ones I've just shown. That blade shape just lends itself for nice work. Also, the thumb studs are nice and comfortable. I hate whenever I get a thumb stud deployer and the thumb studs murder my fingers. That's not the case here. They got dual thumb studs. You can spotty flick it. The detent is dialed for a thumb stud knife. That's another thing I can't stand, is whenever you get a thumb stud knife, especially when it's a dedicated thumb stud knife, and it's set up to be a hardcore flipper, to where it's painful to, no matter how comfortable that thumb stud is, it's painful to break that detent. They do a great job of that, at least in my experience. Came with the micarta scales, and also they thought of lefties in this one. You have lefty and righty tip up deep carry pocket clip. They got a lot of skeletonization in there, lightweight. My only nitpicks and complaints with this are I don't love when they got a bunch of finger grooves. I don't mind one right here, but when you have a bunch of finger grooves like that, you're kind of forcing it into one grip, and also different people's fingers are different, and you might be landing on top of one of these. So ergonomically, it's just okay. It's nothing that blew me away. I can kind of feel the pocket clip, especially when I was doing my little wood carving. I felt the pocket clip. It wasn't unbearable. I didn't have to go put on gloves, but maybe after a long time doing that, especially if that's what you intend to do with it. But, you may just intend to do some lightweight EDC task. I don't know. Action smooth on it. And the only other thing besides I don't like the finger choils and a minor hot spot from the pocket clip. The micarta that this one came with, this was like a green micarta. I did scuff it up some because it was pretty slick, but you can kind of see it right there. It's just very poor quality micarta. I mean, I said no ways around it, and I really wish they would start outsourcing their micarta from the U.S. like CJRB does. It'd be really nice. It looks like they have upgraded it since this knife. Because my Elementum's a little bit better. It was finished a little bit better. Whoop. I don't know why my table's shaking so bad right now. But there you go. They're about the same though, but there you go. So overall I enjoy the knife. I love how well it slices, but if you like everything about this, then yeah, go ahead and get it. But I just think there's better Civivis out there, like the Dogma, the Ortis. Those are both excellent knives. So, my recommendation is if you just absolutely love this design, go for it. You're not going to be disappointed unless, some of those things I talked about would bother you. There you go. That is the Civivi Hooligan. All right, last up. Was pretty impressive, and we hadn't seen a design come out of their shop in a while, and that is Ontario Knives, and this is the Chakra. It was funny because right before this knife had landed, somebody had asked me. I get this email all the time. Are there any good titanium frame locks under $100? And there really isn't a whole bunch. Actually, I think he said under $80. So I think I found one or two, and I think one of those comes from Ontario as is. And this one came out that next week. So you get AUS 8, which is a decent budget still. It's nothing to write home about, but I've never had any issues with it, especially if you want to use this as a work knife. It's pretty tough. And it's coated, so you don't have to worry about corrosion on this one. You have a very precise point for piercing, so you're definitely not going to do any prying with this for sure. But the reason why this one's, a good offering is because this came in at $45. You get a titanium frame lock, deep carry pocket clip, micarta scales. Now they must get their micarta from Civivi or WE because that is the same junk micarta, but it's kind of hard to complain in some like for $45. I don't know. I think it's still a very well-made knife, and if you know what you're getting, then you're not going to be disappointed. I think I've become spoiled, especially being in the hobby for so long, and after becoming a reviewer, I'm so critical now, and I really am looking at every detail like I've always done, but I'm talking about them. But the flipping action, it's on bearings, is excellent. Ergos are pretty good. I haven't had any problems. That coating or whatever they're using right there, it's held up really well. I've done some stuff with this that you probably shouldn't have. It's worn off a little bit right there, but you know, I haven't cut any metal with it or anything. At least I don't think I have, but I know I've cut up some carpet with it. It did okay. Tons of boxes, plastic, you know, wood shaving and stuff like that for my own pleasure. Very lightweight. This comes in at 2.3 ounces. And it's a slicey blade. I think it's like 18 thousandths behind the edge. So nice and slicey, not overly thick blade stock. Definitely, you know, a good contender. Now, I will say they got another blade shape in the same family design coming out here soon, or they teased it, I think at SHOT Show maybe, and it's like I think a sheep's foot or warney blade, and that one I'm very, very excited about. This one I don't love aesthetically, but as far as like a work knife for me, that's why I picked it up, something to have in the shop, and I just thought the price point was excellent for what you're getting here. And the only nitpicks I had were the cheapo micarta. Of course, I would have liked to see, I would rather see them use D2 like they did on all their other, you know, budget models. Not all the other ones, but like their collaborations with Rob Carter, all those were D2. So I would have loved to see them use D2. It would outshine All-State any day. But it's not, you know, I think All-State is a stainless steel. D2 is technically not considered a stainless. So there you go. And I think other than that, oh, and the flipper tab, I hate whenever they do this point right there where it's facing that away, because after, you know, a lot of flipping, it gets uncomfortable. So there you go. I definitely recommend this one if, like I said, you're okay with all the materials being like that. I think $45, you won't be disappointed. So there you go. That's my 5 long-term updates. We got some awesome knives up here. My biggest recommendation would have to be probably these two right here. These two are some of my favorite of the budget category. I love this one, you know, when I'm needing that lightweight, slim, slicey blade, great action. And this one, whenever, you know, I like aesthetically, I love it. And Adam's a really good dude, so I like to support him any way I can. So there you go. If you have any questions about any certain one of these, let me know. And I'm sorry about my camera shaking. I have no idea what's going on. I don't think it normally does this, but I don't know. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you like this video, remember, thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, think about hitting that subscribe button. All right, guys and girls, hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.